Welcome back, my lovely people. I know y'all probably hate me at this point because I have not talked to y'all about nursing school since my first video after my first day. But look, let me tell you, there's been a lot going on. I know there's a glare because I got my ring light right here. Starting from after day one, it's really been absolutely crazy, like absolutely insane, but it's been like insane in a really good way. Like, cause today we went to the like 2 weeks ago we did death and dying, and then like in our like unit, I think it was the 4 test, we did growth and development. So today we went to a funeral home, and y'all, I saw some dead bodies, and for some reason it did not freak me out, and I kind of actually liked it. Like, I was sitting there actually considering like leaving nursing school to go into like the funeral home umbrella, whatever you call it, thing. And then after that we went to like this little preschool, and I fell in love with that too. So it's like, for me, like, I have always been curious about what like other professions, like what they do and how it would be to be in their shoes. Like, I know a lot of other people probably do this too, but like, before I even went to college, used to be into like the First 48 and like Live PD and all those shows, and like Criminal Minds and all that stuff. And I really wanted to be like a homicide detective and stuff like that. And like that show Night Watch, where it followed around like the policemen, the firefighters, and the EMTs. Like, I wanted to be an EMT too, and like I still have like passions for those too, but I chose nursing. And sometimes I feel like it's like, did I make the right decision? Because like, even today, whenever I went and saw the little kids, like, I know a lot of people don't like little kids, but like today I literally like just looked in their eyes and I was like, oh my gosh, I could see myself doing this too. So it's like, right now, I'm honestly, like, I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, I am confused about what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I know I love labor and delivery, and I know I'm going to love labor and delivery, but like I said today, going into the preschool, going to the funeral home, like, I could see myself doing that stuff as well. So I was like, I don't know. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about nursing school and how nursing school is going. But nursing school is going pretty good. It's something that's gonna test you to your absolute limit. Let me tell you that, because like, no matter how many hours that you put in of studying, no matter how many different techniques that you do, whether it's flashcards, whether it's Quizlet, they give us this thing called Prep You. No matter how much you read, no matter how many notes that you write, no matter how much you pay attention in class, it's always going to be something on the test that you just aren't going to get. Like, because I know in a lot of places, like a lot of schools, especially like high school and some colleges, it's basically just memorization of the information. But in nursing school, they want you to be able to apply the information, because in the real world, that's what you're going to be doing. So it's like, they don't want you to just memorize the definition of skin integrity, as the wasting away of skin or like something like that. So it's like, they want it to be like, say I have a patient that has been that has limited mobility and can't move and has to be given bed baths and has to be rotated every 2 hours. Like, what could be some problems that could affect the patient? And then it would be like skin integrity, constipation, like all of those things. Like, that's how they want you to be able to think. And I know for a lot of us, that transition is not like, that has not clicked in our brain yet. And I'm gonna have to say, like, it hasn't clicked completely for me yet either, but like I'm slowly getting into it. And like in lab, I'm perfectly fine in lab because like I'm the type of person where I can't sit in a 3 or 4 hour lecture and learn and tell you what I've learned. Like I may be able to tell you snippets of what I heard from the teacher, but I'm not going to completely hold the information and grasp the information for a test. Rather, if I go to lab and actually apply myself, like for say we did physical assessment, like we've done physical assessments, medication administration, Foley catheter, peg tube, and I think like one or two other things. Like I can literally show you step by step right now if I wanted to, because doing the hands-on things in the lab helps me grasp the information rather than just sitting in class. So it's like like I understand that that's one way that we have to learn the information, but then again it's like some teachers they're able to like some teachers I'm able to learn things from because of their teaching style. Like they have it to where, like, I know it might sound childish, but like they have it to where we might play Jeopardy games at the end of the class or a Kahoot game at the end of the class. Like that helps me a little bit. Like it's still not better than the labs, but it's still like better than just sitting there and falling asleep during their lectures, because everyone does it. I've done it. And like they have this rule to where like if we have, say we have a 4 hour lecture, every 60 minutes we have to get a break, like a 10-minute break. But like getting through that hour is really hard. Like it may not seem like it's that hard, but it's so hard because it's just information after information after information that you're going to have to learn in order to get to the second, third, and fourth semester. So it's like, and that's another nerve-wracking thing, is knowing that once you go to second semester, they're not going to retouch on anything. Like you have to depend on yourself to remember those things and to carry it on with you into the second, third, and fourth semesters and on whenever you take the NCLEX. And that's another thing that I'm really scared about, because they always talk about the NCLEX in first semester, because it's like we have to start studying now, because if you wait until the last minute, it's like you might as well start over in nursing school, because you're not going to remember everything that you did since the day one of nursing. So it's like they kept saying like 75 questions is the minimum and then like 200 and something is the max. And it's just like, that's so scary to think that you could sit there for maybe 3+ hours taking a test that is going to either make you or break you in your career. And I know that like you can take it over and over again, but I don't want to be put in that situation. Like I want to be able to take it and know that I know the information, and know that I know the information well, to apply it into the real world. So like I want to be able to do it once, and if I do it twice, that's great, but really I want to be able to do it one time and then move on, because like nursing school is a long process, just like every other thing, just like being a lawyer, being a teacher, being a police officer, being a contractor. Like everything takes a long time, but by far I feel like nursing is probably the hardest thing that's out there, because we are the most dependent people. Well, we are the people that other people depend on the most whenever we're sick. Like when you're sick, of course you go to your mom. Like say you're a little kid, you go to your mom and say, "Mom, I'm sick." Well, she's going to take you to the doctor, and she's going to depend on the doctor to tell her what's wrong with you. And it's like we have such a high, we stand on such a high podium in society. It's really actually really scary. And I know like around like the first month we learned, we did the HIPAA and the OSHA stuff, and they showed us this website that had all of the people, like literally had lists of people from like years that had passed up until now, of who had committed like a a HIPAA violation or an OSHA violation or just something in the medical field that was threatening their nursing license. And that's another thing that I just don't want to happen to me. Like, I'm really just like, this is really nerve-wracking. Like, this is so nerve-wracking. But like, then you have those moments where, for me, where you deliver a mother's baby and she's just like so happy, and the family is just all so happy. So it's like, you will also want to get to those moments too. So I don't know, it's just really, it's like a bittersweet kind of thing. But honestly, if you're thinking about doing it, I would say just go for it, because you can always, there's always going to be another field in nursing. There's EMT, there's respiratory, cardiac, PT, like there's so, x-ray, like there's so many different fields in the nursing field that you can go into. So it's like, if you think one thing isn't working out for you, I mean, just go on to the next. So yeah, that's an 11-minute video of me just talking about nursing school. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm probably gonna post like a part 2 or something, because my semester ends in like December, so I'm probably just gonna do the next video then. And then before that, I'm probably gonna do like a Black Friday video, like me actually going out in Black Friday, because I've never been out in the hoorah of Black Friday, so I'm probably gonna do one of those. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If y'all have any questions for me, make sure you leave them down below. I'll answer your questions. If you have anything, if you have any advice, please leave it down below, with like any study tips, because I need them. You can never have too many study habits, like, at all. But yeah, make sure y'all like and comment all that stuff below, and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in my next video.